something like a transformation hero, like a Dragon Knight, also feels good with it.
Yeah, the Dragon Knight's interesting. He has a really bad win rate. It's like one of the lowest pick rates and one of the lowest win rates.
Remaining.
But like I don't think there's any obvious reason why. Maybe it's because of some of the heroes that are popular at the moment. Like OD is pretty popular, and OD just gives DK a really hard time, that kind of a thing. But I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of Dragon Knight. But just go by the book here.
Yeah, I mentioned one of these two heroes, but they picked both, and not a big fan. You can't make rotations with the Wyvern and Keeper of the Light. With Wyvern, you have a setup with Keeper of the Light much harder, especially since you have a balance. So from what I see, J.Storm also wants to like group up, take things by force. But I'm not a big fan of no stun lineup.
Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, I guess there's some anti-synergy here as well, right? Like if you curse, but then you also Blinding Light, not only could you potentially knock people away, but also you're giving them this chance, which is not really what you want.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's a great point.
It's a little bit weird.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, let's see how this works out. Normally I would look at this like the Call of the Wyvern and you can say, okay, they got a ton of really good deep push. Maybe they're just trying to go late, but I don't know how you would want to beat the Mag Jug late. That seems risky to try and play against the Magnus lineup going in ultra late game.
They also have a great ways of dealing with how Gambit is playing. 2 deep push. You have Keeper of the Light and Wyvern. So you can't really just group up. There's going to be a ton of magical damage. So I'd love to see some kind of a pipe carrier inside of Gambit. If it's Mag position 3, he might build into it. If it's Mag 4, you still need an offlaner.
So this is Safe Lane Night Stalker.
Safe Lane Night Stalker, yeah.
Kunkka coming in. A lot of damage reduction. How do we forget about Kunkka actually? Talking about like mid lane heroes that use the Empower.
We were talking about smart stuff. Kunkka,
yeah.
I think everyone pretty much knows what Kunkka is doing, how strong he is. I can't believe that Kunkka actually had Tidebringer on denies. And he was picked way less back then.
Remaining.
Well, it's crazy to me how much better people have gotten at some of the Kunkka stuff as well. I imagine we'll probably be seeing it a little bit this game, but the stacking with Torrent as well. Like they're on the Radiant, he's got Crystal Maiden on his team, so why would you just not make a 20 Ancient stack with Torrent?
Radiant.
Why not? There's literally no reason
Why stop
not
at 20? I think there's I think there's a cap. I don't think you can stack it infinitely.
Well, I think eventually there's just going to be more creeps than the AoE of Torrent. I think that's the problem. At that point, you know, you would quite happily farm that up, take your few thousand gold and build an item. I know that people like playing Kunkka against the Night Stalker as well. The X kind of helps keep him back. You just don't want Night Stalker up in your face, right? That's the big issue. When he's right up in your face and just punching on your supports, then that's when you're in big danger. But Kunkka can at least try and control him a little bit, buy you a little bit of space.
And the thing about Night Stalker in this game is that he does not have a hero to play with. Like, a Baron can't shield him up, he goes in, but it's pretty much a solo mission because Wyvern and Keeper of the Light will not follow up. Their 2 fishy supports will be played as 4. I assume more item dependent.
Man, this is a super. These drafts are super meta on both sides. Like these are so many meta picks on both teams. Is Magnus 3?
It looks like Magnus 3, but they can also swap things around. I saw Mirana being played as a mid, and they are bringing Moose, not Moose, but Timbersaw. Okay, it's gonna be 9 actually. All right.
And I know that Moo is known for his timber, but that's not going to be the case this game. Okay, so this is the Kunkka counter in theory. We'll see how it works out in practice. There could be some rotations coming in from the Miranda potentially. Building damage for J.Storm is weird. I think they do have enough. They've got a lot of magical damage as well. I can imagine pipe or something being built up somewhere on this Gambit roster, but very different draft this time around compared to games 1 and 2.
The only stun they have is mini stun from Night Stalker.
Yeah, and ultis. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think they might just get... Actually, I guess the other thing is that they do have the curse. Maybe that's part of why they picked the Wyvern here, is they wanted something that could interrupt spin TP. Because playing against Jug when you have no way to threaten spin TP,
it feels bad.
It's actually the most annoying thing in the world, because Jug just sits next to your base. He's like farming your jungle, sitting behind your tier 2, hitting your creeps, and if you ever go over to even look at him, he's just like, bye. See ya. I'm gonna go farm somewhere else.
Well, there.
They at least have
like
to deal with it.
J.Storm wants to group up, have a lot of sustain. You have healing shields, Timbersaw, a lot of regen. Someone's definitely gonna need to buy a Spirit Vessel in this game, and I think they need it earlier. So I would assume GPK will be building it. Against Wyvern, you're playing against a Baron, so you can just purge it off with the product shield, but you need to have it.
Yeah, just be able to... You want to force the aquatic shield in like a less useful way, so then you can maybe get an arrow or use some of your other disables.
Mirana can also build into one, but it's not gonna come that quickly, and Timbersaw might just explode at that point, so you want to have it way earlier. Also, you have Power in your team, which will allow Juggernaut to scale, and you will also have a lot more with Sidetrigger.
But yeah, he's dead. That's first blood for free. Tried to face check that hill. Does not have the ultimate yet, obviously, and there you go.
That's a dream start for Gambit.
I know that so I think both of the previous games, the way that Gambit have started is that they've had the 2 supports playing with the offlaner and making the runes there. This game around, this time they mix it up. So I think they ran up onto the high ground just to check out what was going on and did not expect both supports to be at bottom. See what happens over here. Shotshot, is he gonna try and get both of them? Don't get clipped. And that arrow is actually gonna get both.
He's still gonna die.
Yeah,
Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire, Dream, one more hit, but the horseman is fast.
4-8.
He's gonna pop us out.
Fear Fire.
Very bad. Fear comes in with the blind. Alright, trying to help out Brax a little bit more. The arrow is off cooldown. Brax is gonna have to dodge it, I suppose. Maybe they can get one more Crystal Nova. Brax wants to try and TP out as well, maybe. What is happening here? They're just chasing him around. You gotta turn around and go for some damage onto F and G. Man, I realized that he has to come and help, maybe. Alright, now he comes in with some auto attack. Brax is still fighting. This is very awkward. Alright, point blank arrow, not really doing anything. F and G. Mango, get rid of that shield. Vampire wants to finish this kill. A few more auto attacks. And that's the end of it. Brax not willing to waste the salve just to survive one more attack, and then
it's really not cool. He wants to TP back to the bottom lane, and the Vampire will re-TP top.
Alright. Nice attempt.
Yeah, if he lands that arrow, Keeper of the Light is probably dead. Skewer back, closer to the tower, into the creep wave. I don't think even the Blinding Light will stay there.
So how much does this counter pick actually matter at mid? Like, isn't GPK just something we're talking about? Just stack a bunch with Corrin, then jungle, not really care too much?
The thing about Kunkka is that he doesn't have that many bad matchups, and even if he feels threatened, level 4 will have 1 point in X. TP's back home. Also, Arcane Aura will help him a lot to secure the range creeps with Horn, Harass stacked, as you mentioned. So he should be fine.
Yeah, and so far he's doing quite well, in fact. I mean, of course, things are going to change now that Timbersaw picked up his second point reactive armor. Not really able to pressure him. Spin at bottom, Braxton a little bit of danger, does not have the point in this build by himself if he becomes a cap. FNG needs to try and get into the trees, but he's still chasing him down. FNG, one more auto attack's gonna do it. He has to fog this the entire time. Brax is also gonna come in here and look for him, and he bogged him, chops down his tree. Kills him and gives it to him.
GBK is playing well, playing between tier 1 and tier 2 tower when he can. So
okay, so he just went and cut that next wave. Oh, okay, that's smart.
Because he saw 9 with the Orb of Venom, boots of speed, that's the kill build.
For sure, he just wants to run him down. Little sideful here. Nice, gets his knives going. Well, he became out a little bit of an awkward spot. We'll be able to use the torrent to open up a little bit more space. And yeah, just gonna keep this sort of backlining shenanigans going. Doesn't actually have to fight the Timbersaw head on if he keeps doing this. And if he's ever really in danger, he can just TP. It's happening top. A little bit of damage getting made.
Now here's the TP.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And 9 also mangoes to be able to TP. Alright. Interesting, interesting.
Instantly buys another mango.
Dota's a cool game. I mean, he needs multiple whirling deaths to kill him. GPK, what's he faring? Just some more salts. 9. He doesn't have any mana left. Alright, this is just gonna be some damage from the tower. GPK gonna block him in here. How far away is that mango? Courier's on its way. Did I'll just get canceled? Oh no. 9's waiting for it. Here comes the courier.
And here comes Mango.
Mango, whirling death, it's not enough. We missed a kill elsewhere, but this is definitely where we want to keep our eyes. They're both on a sliver of HP. 9's coming back in. He's got another whirling death. GPK! Running GPK! Now the Crystal Maidens here, along with Vampire the supports, have finally arrived. And they'll bring in the Timbersaw. Oh no.
Bottle the HP and mana. This is how you want to start a game with Timbersaw. Like, Kanka is 10 CS ahead of you and has one less death than you. Timbersaw is not the hero that just wants to play from behind.
Brax getting aggressive off green, but the supports are here. Okay, with the arrow wouldn't really matter too much anyway with the shield. Brax taking a lot of damage, but he's got stick charges. Wants his kill on Vampire. One more hit, and the Nuke brings him down. And this is a battle for the bounty runes, in fact. Brax and Moose can stick around a little bit longer, but it looks like FNG and Dream might be able to get it. That could get the Splitter Blast over onto FNG, looking like he might be dead here. Dream spins soon, but is it soon enough to try and chase down Moose? Can't do it. No, what's Kung doing? He's still
now he changed his position from between tier 1 and tier 2 to tier 3 and tier 2 and lost career as well.
Right side step.
Chakram, alright.
I gets knocked back into him. I think he's dead again. Double triple like that. Doesn't even need the chakram to land. Dodge this. All right. Well, did he boat the wave as well? Is that why boat is on cooldown?
I believe so, because he didn't really deal any damage to Timbersaw.
New meta. But yeah, no stacking happening. I guess that's the one slight concern with this strategy. They're not going to have that big fat ancient stack. Fall back on. So far, early game. Looking, actually, I guess it's fairly even across the board, actually, though J.Storm definitely winning on the net worth, 2k ahead already.
We'll get the ward there. Their shrine is being pinged out by Kanka. 2 sentries, 3 observer wards from Piranha.
This is gonna be, I feel like this is gonna be a weird game. Like, Marana and CM are just kind of rotating everywhere. There's lots of jungling happening. Nice arrow in mid. 9 thought that he was unkillable, but was not expecting this 3-man gank from 2 different angles, and he gets brought down. They've got enough magical damage to kill him. He needs to show a bit of respect.
There's a lot of items in his career. It might actually save him. That's full soul ring, so some extra strength plus a bracer. And also a magic to get out of he would have lived there. Also the magic resistance that he would get from the strength and the bracer. Well, someone's getting kicked for using the courier.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Yeah, what's it? Here's Windlace on it. But I don't know if he was the one using it.
Night Stalker was using it, but I don't know who was keeping it in the base.
Yeah, Timber definitely, especially when you're playing a hero like Timber, right, where your early game is kind of balanced on knife edge. You have to, you need to be playing really aggressively. You need all these little items as fast as possible. The common wisdom for the mid lane. 9-inch coming a little bit. Coming in for that GPK. Happy to use the bow.
There's the bow.
Yep. Ultimate pop move. Top. Scared back from shot slow, but he does not have the RP available. Nothing that he can do to stop this kill. The RT being the jug stream. I'm just sticking around the bottom.
Stalker over 25 denies on top of the network right now. He's gonna be a huge problem because you can't really itemize against Night Stalker, so get a lot of levels, so fear. The only way to itemize against it is buy some force staff or buy a BKB, and these are not the people who want to buy BKB early on.
Yeah, and he's gonna farm a ton and do a ton of damage with the Ags plus Chakra. That's the other thing. And I am getting dragged back in here, but Fear is ready to protect. I don't think he's going down. 4 points into reactive armor. Yeah, this is not gonna happen again. So this is looking like J.Storm should be able to take out this T1 tower nice and easy. We're on not all that farm. FMP super struggling, just barely has boots to his name here.
Now they will suffer.
They are trying to stack a little bit, but J.Storm also on top of that, coming in and blocking out the Ancients. So it really seems like J.Storm have a really good read on this game.
Yeah, also Pamela is pushed in. Just 1 point in Curse is more than enough to get extra attack speed and bring down the tower. Arrow connects on the mid lane, but there's really no follow-up.
Radiant's bottom.
Yeah, Shot's still getting pressured. Brax just having a completely free time down here. Going for the Lance first. Is the item choice. So they're even gonna have a really good early timing on J.Storm. And I'm a bit worried about this Magnus. Like, I don't really feel like this Magnus is gonna be doing a whole lot for the next bit. Like he doesn't have
I talked about farm. Yeah, he doesn't have enough farm, so he will be farming himself. This is the first time he will be popping on Power from Juggernaut, 10-minute mark. Also, as you mentioned, there was no stacking. You have Anka with the built-in, you have Mag, so whoever stacks can easily clear it up. Anka has that urn finished, building towards Spirit Vessel as we expected, but Timber Soul already has the old scepter queued up, getting really close to him. They took down the tier 1 tower on mid, tier 1 tower on the bottom, so that's some extra gold for him. He'll have ways to dispel it.
Well, Dream, hoping that he can get out of here. The Moonlight Shadow, he's doing okay. Looks back the opposite way. Oh, they get the sentry down. Looks like they realize where he is and gets snapped up with the truck. Sorry about the... I mixed up the flag thing again. I'm not used to having an overlay that replaces the team logos. So it's...
sorry, basically you need to step up a bit.
Yeah.
This is a major.
It is. This is the big stage. You know, you're here to carry me though, Con, right? This is about.
Well, I can't carry if you do so much stupid stuff.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All right. I'll step it up. No more mistakes. We got another series as well. I'll just make sure that it's right for the rest of it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Anywho, what's going on here? So I'm just rallying behind their Timbersaw. Gambit, seemingly not a whole lot that they can really do. Just.
Spoiled that shit.
Okay, they're gonna arrow some.
9 try to block it.
Definitely should have. He's not gonna die if he gets arrowed.
he saw it a bit late.
Came just out of the trees, unfortunately.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So they do have, I mean, the Radiant have vision up here, but it doesn't really matter. Now I'm gonna get that last hit, goes straight into Yule's. So nice to have against.
Oh, they just spotted the stacks.
Can they do anything about it?
Survival, Chakra, Burling that should be enough.
Jug is spinning it, but he's being rooted up by the prowlers. Nine's gonna keep on fighting the yard, kiting back to their shot. Kunka with the cleave. Who's gonna get these last hits? They put down the will.
Big will.
They're gonna try and kill it. They're getting knocked back in. Boat coming out. What will connect on Brax? Just getting healed because of that. Huge Winter's Curse catching on to 3. That's gonna bring down the Crystal Blade. And GPK also dead. Finished off by the Whirling Death. I'm gonna try with the Omni Slash, but it's just getting split up. Nobody on J.Storm dying. Looks like Moose almost goes down, but saved in the nick of time by his own cold embrace. Juggernaut gonna get Yules up into the air. He does have a spin TP to escape, so he's gonna be okay, but that is a 2-for-0 trade. J.Storm has given them some vision here, but doesn't really have the mana to do anything, and not gonna have a problem. He's losing some life. He does get in amongst the Ancients to get his stacks back up. They've got the healing ward. This is a super awkward fight. Everybody's getting pushed around everywhere. Splinter Blast coming out, and now Night Stalker's finally arrived to put an end to this. Moo wants some kills. They're gonna skewer Knight under the tower, but I don't think he cares about being there, and down goes Shot Slow. They also lose the Crystal Maiden. Vampire trying to escape. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. But that's trying
to run out of the map. Yeah. Not very effective.
That doesn't work. They'll have to play this Dota game, unfortunately. GPK throws the boat, but will immediately get Yules, trying to get that TP out. He's also going to end up falling here. Double kill for 9. He's got his full Spirit Vessel, but 0 charges to his name.
They got baited by that huge stack. Like, we need to fight here, and Timbersaw will gladly go in, get some armor stacks, and look at the amount of heal it had got. Full Embrace, you have 4 points in the Photic Shield, 3 in Mist Coil. Also, if he uses Chakra on it, there's gonna be another Photic Shield. Also, FNG is gone. There's gonna be another death of FNG. Spirit Vessel is completed, but since it didn't score any kills, which means no charges on it.
Well, things are looking pretty bad, Lacoste.
Well, depends which team you're rooting for.
That's true, yeah.
Bias caster right there.
Are you cheering for your buddy Fear?
Well, I have a lot of buddies here, so I'm gonna stay neutral.
Right. All the biases cancel out. That's how that works. No, he's not gonna let it happen. This Winter Wyvern already has a Blink Tagger. Alright, well that spin's not gonna help you now, buddy. Dream getting locked down. 2 ultimates used just to kill the opposing carry. J.Storm sending a message. Get out of my game. Brax popping his ultimate to dive FNG under the tower. 9 wants to kill instead. And what 9 wants, he gets. Takes that kill.
Alright, slowly falling apart for them. Nag at least has
slowly.
At this point. I mean, I'm not gonna say slowly because they're running them over. Now it's their time to fight. There's gonna be 5 minutes of the darkness. All the items are there for them. Agony Scepter just finished on the Night Stalker.
Needs to get the vision so they can actually avoid all those creeps. Yeah, this is looking scary at this point.
Is under attack.
Well, I keep looking at Magnus thinking like, oh, maybe he'll be close to Blink. Nah.
Maybe he has it on the courier.
Here, I'll check.
No.
No. No. J.Storm just gonna keep on sieging. Why would they not? They've got their Night Stalker farming in the background as well as the insurance policy. Dream leading them on a merry chase. Fear runs back to his team to try and tank up this Omni Slash. And tank up the Omni Slash they will. Dream now with the spin. Let this Keeper of the Light kill. Curse coming out. They will end up losing the Keeper of the Light. Nightstalker is running over as quickly as he can. Nice, losing quite a lot of HP. Doesn't hit the full stacks. Bad ulti already used. And J.Storm maybe getting a bit too confident taking 4v5.
Yeah, there was no Night Stalker in that fight, and they definitely need at least AoE silence on level 1 just to stop any kind of combo that they want to pull off. And here's also their damage. Like, without the Night Stalker, they don't have enough damage, especially if they take out one of the supports.
Yeah.
So building into these tank, yeah, I think it's the correct choice getting the mech, so Guardian Grease at 5 point, which will allow you to have a second/third dispel with the Photic Shield and the Scepter. But they need to be
he's going to be so hard to kill at that point. What do they need to do? They just gotta hope they can hold the high ground, right? This tier 2 seems very difficult to do. Oh, shots just walk straight into them. Sound stuff. Chakrams. Don't bother wasting the shot. Gambit having to play some like crazy Dota at this point. Just cut waves. Keep on coming on the jug. He's going for a diesel play. He's do some decent damage, but like you said, the survivability on J.Storm is just growing so quickly.
Radiant's top tower.
They're not
is under
afraid to
attack.
pop 2 ultis, Wyvern's Curse, plus Will-O-Wisp just to get one kill.
Scanning.
Because they understand that their ganking potential is really
Radiant's
not
top
there.
tower is under
So
attack.
they need to heavily commit. The thing is, Juggernaut will not be able to split push and do his shenanigans since he's playing against Wyvern, who has a Blink Dagger and can position himself well with the BKB piercing ability.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, that's not free. He was farming over on the dire side of the map. That stuff came found him and just couldn't afford to wait. Been still on cooldown for a little bit, so letting him get some damage. Doesn't really have to work so much about mana with the constant shock. Benji walking down 9, but the max has the Yules, he's gonna be fine. They do drag him back into this arrow, but they've got a shield waiting from Brax. Crystal Maiden just throw out the ultimate in the tree, but those trees instantly disappear courtesy of
Keeper of the Light is the weird Timber saw with his ulti.
Jug does get the spin off, he's gonna be okay. Vampire leaping up into the high ground, but Moo is still chasing. And the Yules from the Jug. Looking for the lockdown, got the sounds, force staff, get them a little bit further away, but now they've lost 2. Shot's going to skewer in towards the fountain, but just gets him back into his own base. Kanka's farming in the meantime. Not even willing to come back and help his team.
Yeah, it seems like Brax is not having fun.
Radiant's top
Snore
tower.
in the old
Radiant's
chat.
middle tower has fallen.
Just pressing this coil and a Photic Shield over and over.
Dire's bottom tower is
Not that fun. But winning Dota certainly is a good time. Better than what happened to them in the first game.
So fast.
Man, Nightstalker's talents are so good. 200 health and then 15 strength.
Yeah, suddenly you're sitting at the 3000 HP. So, we're gonna bit mark, they could slow down a little bit. There's gonna be 5 minutes of daytime.
Yeah, we're just gonna build up these aura items, right? Maybe you get the full Crimson, finish up the Greaves and the Timber, get the BKB on the Night Stalker. He's farming super quickly. Number 1 and number 2 on North are the Night Stalker and Magnus just going for Vlads. That's the plan.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Gambit draft has not come together at all, right? We don't have a super farmed Jug. The Empower hasn't been all that useful. Kanka's just been shut down with the result. FNG's getting run at. He looks very dead. Got the arrow down. Will-O-Wisp's there. GPK throws out the boat, but he's already lost half of his HP. Just getting auto-attacked. On the other side, Chacho's trying to run away. GPK should be the next one to fall. The Moo is sitting right on top of Chacho. Do you have any other way to interrupt this? No.
GK gets denied. Didn't even want to pop a BKB in that fight because he understood that the fight is over Like, he can BKB and TP out. I'm not even sure it's worth it.
But then he's basically dead for longer, right? He can be dead for 70 seconds without having BKB, or he can be dead for 30 seconds and just respawn. So may as well just take the respawn. With that, J.Storm head straight into Roshan. They do have the Dark Ascension available if they really need it. Moose going to be picking up an M next. J.Storm really understand their timing at this point of the game.
Yeah,
and
Moose bought the gem, and also Night Stalker has one queued up.
Oh, okay.
So they definitely want to take over the game, get all the vision removed, to have the true side for Moonlight Shadow, and just take it slowly. They're gonna wait for the next 2.5 3 minutes.
This Roshan
Turn
is
to
slow.
time. Yeah.
Immortality.
Well, now they have an Aegis Night Stalker. Good stuff.
It seems like a slow, painful bet for Gambit in this one. It's tough, they don't have ways to come back in the game. There's no big items coming on their side. Kunkka just finishes BKB. You have Magnus with just freshly got flat, so that he's not gonna land any big RPs. Even if he's dead, there's way too many stuff to actually counter the RP.
This is what happens when you first pick the bag overall, right? And J.Storm just took all the heroes that they wanted to counter. Nine just saunters up onto the high ground. He's challenging Gambit to see if they can do anything about him, but really does not seem like they can.
Well, they can watch him slowly siege their base, trying to make a
They call GG as well.
I mean, it's not the call yet. I mean, should try to get something happen. He's gonna use the boat to clear the creep wave.
Oh, wait, do they know that FNG is back here? Why are they running at it? Sorry. Oh, they're flipping their wave so that FNG can't kill it with his ultimate. Oh my god. Gambit are in full desperation strats at this point. They've caught out the jug over on the other side. Oh, he couldn't get the spin off in time. Stream brought down by Moo. Empire coming over now. The gem right on top of him. Tries for TP out. This is gonna be successful. Back in their base, however, Shoshlow's dead. BK pops the BKB and has to TP out to his own fountain from inside of his base. If you need any indication of how this game is going, that is gonna be it.
They don't have to ever go heal on J.Storm. The amount of sustain they got.
Yeah, they can just keep pumping out shields,
Free
heals
from Keeper of Life, free HP from Wyvern, Guardian Greaves. But it's not free, but plus man.
Yeah, funny. And with that, Lane of Rax get lined up. Gambit waiting to rally all of their forces. They Magnus back up and get these empowers out. Dream was just waiting. He walked in here. Spins now, a little bit of damage onto 9. He's still got the Yule, still got the Grieve. Jump forward from the Magnus, but he can't get the RP off. He's been silenced. Omni Slash on the move, but immediately countered. It just bounces onto the Creeper. Shotshell's dead next. Night's Winter's Curse over onto the Crystal Maiden, but they have the Blinky of Night. They do not. FNG is about to be brought down. 9 still just waiting through everything. Because we keep coming back off cooldown. GP can't pop it, but it's extremely low. Vampire. We just need one more nuke from the Sniper Doctor. He does get caught with its horn. Another buyback coming in now. FNG, not even a set into the as it instantly gets cancelled. Buyback for him, and that is a GG call as J.Storm get the reverse sweep. They lost game 1 in 15 minutes. Will be the ones to win the series.
But they realized what they did wrong in game number 1. They pretty much beat Gambit in game 3 with the same force, I would say. Didn't try too hard. It was pretty much over after what 8-10 minute mark. The game was not going anywhere. J.Storm, I was a bit worried for the 2 supports, the lack of stuns, but they just grouped up, a lot of sustain, a lot of heal, let Stalker do whatever he wants. Also, Juggernaut pop the ulti. It's really hard to play Juggernaut in this kind of a game, where you need to use